Hey, this is Adam K, and today I want to share with you what I believe are the 6 forces that are shaping digital evolution and what, in my little humble opinion, is coming next. Enjoy and give me some feedback. Okay, so when I think of revolutions throughout history, they always come in multiple phases, and I think there's no difference here. Uh, 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 the first phase that typically happens in a revolution when something going through a radical change is adaptation. We learn how to take our current skill set, our current tools, our current context, and we adapt it within this new context. But past that, there's a second phase. Second phase is innovation. Innovation is a phase where creating completely new context, completely new tools, completely new experiences, past the adapted ones. And there's a third phase which I'll share at the end. But let's run through the 6 different forces that are shaping digital evolution, and we'll see how these play out. So the first force is overload. This is what we're experiencing in digital. We're experiencing overload of content, experiences, all kinds of things. And the way that we've dealt with this in the past during adaptation was, okay, all this content is being created, I'm going to learn how to create it. Just the ability to create content was the first phase. The ability to create videos, the ability to create, to write on blog posts, videos on YouTube, images, Instagram, everything. But there's so much content right now that the second phase of the innovation, the second phase of evolution is this innovation of how do you make it extraordinary? How do you make the content extraordinary? How do you make the experience extraordinary so they stand out? And that's the phase we're in. Second force that I believe we're also experiencing is this compression. And compression is not only compression of screens, although that is happening, from cinema to TV to computer screens to tablets and mobile and even watches, but I think compression of all kinds of things, compression of budgets, of patience, of timelines. And the way we've dealt with compression in the past is we learn how to aggregate, how to organize all the information that we wanted to have in one place, so it's not as much time to access it. But it's insufficient now, it's too much information. So the way we're dealing with right now, which is the second phase, is we're being strategic about how to access that information, how to organize that information, but we're really choosing what are we putting on that layout and we're throwing out. And not only do we do that, it's personal choices, but we also create algorithms. And we use all kinds of algorithms that strategically choose for us what that context, what that information should be. The third force is fragmentation. So we have so much information, but we also have, our experiences are very compressed, and what you see is fragmentation. Fragmentation when our experiences are fragmented across multiple devices. And the way we used to deal with this is specialization. So we knew that mobile devices created certain kind of experiences, so we created specialized content for them. And we knew that computers created different experiences, and we created different types of content for them. And we developed different skill sets, different software, different tools to create those experiences. But right now that's not enough because it's too fragmented. So what we actually look for is versatility. When we look at responsive design, we look how we create content, we look at how we create experiences. We try to create experiences that can carry and work across multiple devices, contexts, places, everything else. And that's how we're dealing with fragmentation. Force number 4 is integration. It's the fact that everything's trying to somehow work together. And at the beginning, we had all these electronic devices, and we just wanted to connect them together. We somehow wanted to, for one to impact the other. And that was, for me to turn on the lights or for me to turn off the heating. But I think we're in the second phase where we're actually using multiple devices and we're architecting single experiences. So again, coming from fragmentation, instead of having a dedicated experience for phone, a dedicated experience for TV and a computer, you now have a single experience because many of us using all these devices at the same time. And what we're doing is we're architecting an experience, and that's, for example, why user design is so important nowadays. Force number 5 is relevance. Again, when you have so much information, what you want to focus is on whatever is the most relevant, and how do you achieve that. And the first way we've been achieving that back in the days was personalization. It's, okay, you choose what content you want to see. You choose what experience is important to you. You choose what, how you want to personalize your phone or personalize your experience. But with so much content and so much fragmented experiences, it's just not even enough time to choose. So what we look for right now is the self-awareness, is the ability for a system or an application or even a device to know, based on the context, based on your past behavior, to interpret and to be self-aware and to deduce what it is that is relevant to you. And this is the phase we're in right now. The sixth force is an obvious one, is profitability. A lot of our innovation is commercial innovation. And when we look at how this profitability was achieved in the past, in the first phase was, well, the fact that you could measure. You could measure how many people came to your website, but you could not measure how many people could look at your billboard. But this measurability is not enough anymore. There's just so much data now that the data by itself is not useful. What is useful is business intelligence to make decisions, and this is the phase we're in right now, how we interpret all the big data to make business decisions. Those are the 6 forces, and I showed you how the first 2 phases carry across them. So now I want to talk about the third phase, third stage of evolution for digital. And when I look at devices that are coming in right now, and I look at history itself and how evolution happens across history, there's three phases always happen in the same pattern. So adaptation, innovation, in this third phase. And this third phase always gives birth to the next evolution. And I believe the third phase is unification. And when you have so much content, so many different experiences, and so much diversity, and all the experiences are innovative and totally new, the only way you can bring them together is through human interfaces, and this is the only thing that will actually unite them. And that's when I look at devices like the Epoch Brainwave Reader that interprets your brainwaves to change the environment around you through computer inputs. And this human experience will be the only thing that will be able to unify all the fragmented, diversified experiences. And I believe that will be accomplished through human interfaces. Thank you for watching.